What has preseason been like, maybe compared to what you expected coming in here?
Oh, I expected everything that's happened throughout preseason that has happened. Preseason for any sport is brutal. It's hard. It's like boot camp pretty much. So we put in a lot of good work, in other words, and it's been amazing to see my younger teammates improve the way that they have from going from the first day to our game on Wednesday against the boys academy team. So it's been a really tough preseason as expected, but we've put in like some really great hard work, and it's been nice to just come together as a team now, and Kim putting all the little pieces together. So far it's been good. Still learning even as a veteran, and it's just been a joy just to be here and continue to do what I love.
Been a part of some great teams in the NWSL, and not to say that we compare this to the current teams that won titles, but do you see some of the qualities that maybe you would expect from a team that's no longer an expansion team in terms of just having some veterans and then a mix of some talents coming in?
Yeah, it's been nice to see the different mixture of players that we have here, and just seeing Kim again putting some pieces together, throwing people into different positions they never even played, and just to see how it goes pretty much. And so getting or having the veteran presence in the back from Gemma to our midfield coming together. CC Kaiser's been an amazing 10 to work with, and so is Freya, and just seeing them develop and being able to play with them and knock some balls around and combine with them a little more each game has been an absolute thrill. And then Kirsten Davis, probably one of my favorite wingers I've played with in a while, and she's been a joy to obviously play with, and just seeing the hard work that she puts in and day out, and also seeing her improve every game it's been night and day for this young woman. And so that's kind of how it's been for most of the players here. But it's just nice to have Nadia out here with obviously her voice, and Gemma kind of running things from the back, and hopefully my presence is doing something for the team up top.
Kim touched on this concept of a captain's group, which I guess you and Gemma, Nadia, and Emily Fox.
Mhm.
What do you think about that, just to be a part of it, and how is that kind of working within the team?
Yeah, to be honest, it's a true honor. I'm a new player here, and so to be put into the leadership group such as that from Kim, obviously it's amazing, and it's nice to have some feedback from my own teammates, really, and people actually come to me for input for you know whatever's on their mind. A lot of players have approached me, and so it's been amazing just to be able to also bring my leadership presence, but the fact that my teammates also trust me, especially me being a new player. But it's it's really an honor, to be honest. I've haven't really been a captain on any team. I've always been co-captain, really, and normally there's two captains on each team. But to have just more of a group, we can kind of get our heads together. I feel like the more the merrier, I guess you could say. So it's been a true joy so far, and an honor, of course.
When you think about that group, you bring someone with continental European background in Nadia, English background in Gemma. You obviously have been in the league for a long time, and then Emily is this young gun kind of coming up. It is kind of an interesting, diverse group of people in this leadership group, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. It wasn't random, really. If you were to pick four players in this team to, kind of lead things a little bit, I feel like we would be the faces. And it is nice to see the diversity. And we've already had our first team meeting. The captain's group kind of led the meeting a little bit, and just seeing different personalities. Nadia's personality is so much different than mine. Same with Gemma's and Foxy. And it's been actually really cool to see the different personalities. You want to talk about diversity? That's literally what the leadership group brings.
Do you, especially with Jay and Emily, because they've already been in the national team, but there's going to be other players who have those aspirations as well. But do they come to you yet for that kind of input, because you know about the ebbs and flows of being called into the national team, coming back to club, and that whole process?
Not quite yet. To be honest, with 2 a days, we kind of just want to get out of here, to be honest, by the end of the day. So if they do have any questions, I'm a very approachable player, and hoping that they do have questions to ask me, because I will give them all the input I possibly can, of course. So yeah, I'll be waiting for that day to come.
What are your impressions of the city since you came here?
I haven't explored much. I'm probably the last person you should probably ask. I haven't done much yet. I've been a couple of restaurants, like the Eagle, for example. The Eagle's like pretty nice, but that's really as far as it goes. I'm still putting my house together, and with 2-a-days happening, we're here all day. And by the time I get home, I'm preparing dinner and going to bed. So that's what my days are like so far.
What kind of style has Kim implemented? I mean, he's talked about certain qualities he wants the team to have. What do you think we can expect on Friday?
Right now, I feel like we're a few steps in. Right now, it's pretty basic, but he's given us some options on pressure, pockets of space to be in, the basics of, going back to kind of soccer 101, I guess you can say. And so he's brought very basic soccer back into our lives, and it's kind of a relief, to be honest. It's like, okay, it's not too difficult, it's not too crazy, not interchanging too much, just everyone has their spot. We're going to stick with that for now. And so I feel like Kim has a lot more up his sleeve, but we're still at the very beginning phase of kind of what he wants right now. So it's kind of tough to answer that question right now, but like as a veteran, I see what he wants, but the younger players are still kind of dabbling a little bit and sort of seeing their own strengths, I guess you can say, at the pro level, really. And so he's slowly bringing that out of everyone right now. And so we're kind of at the basic, soccer playing level right now, even though we're improving and getting better. And so still putting some key pieces together. So I'll be able to answer that question. Give me like another month or two, and then I'll be able to like directly answer that question.
How would you describe his personality?
Well, with English being his second language, it's kind of tough. I've kind of stepped on his toes a little bit just to see, like, okay, let me bring a little bit of my humor here. Let's see if he'll laugh, So I've like said some like cheesy things, and he had a little chuckle, like, oh, okay. So he's, he brings a little bit of everything at the appropriate time, of course. When we need to get our act right, he's in us, as expected. If it's time to joke around, he'll laugh with us. So, and he's brought some jokes too. So, we're definitely learning his personality still, but so far it's been really cool to, kind of see his personality a little bit. So he brings a little bit of, everything so far.
I've seen some of the interviews that the rookies have done in particular, and I know you guys have like gone bowling, and you had a beach day in Florida. Is the team as close knit as maybe they've talked about, or is that because they're just new to professional soccer and they haven't been in that environment? And how would you compare like the chemistry of the group at this point?
Oh no, the locker room's absolutely amazing. I mean, if you walk by our locker room, I'm pretty sure it's pretty loud right now because everyone's just laughing, goofing around. And that's what you can expect in our locker room. Everyone's just so genuine and so welcoming, and it's just like, oh wow, this is really nice, So there's no one who necessarily stands out, sits in a corner quiet. Everyone's kind of part of the conversation in the locker room, and bowling and the beach, just kind of seeing everyone's personalities outside of this building has been, quite amazing. Outside this facility specifically, it's been a joy, really, especially with the young ones and how different our generations are. I can bring up some songs from the 90s and everyone's just like, yeah, no, like most of my teammates never even heard of the movie Bring It On, and I'm just like, okay, so this is what I'm expecting this year. But I was born in the 80s, and I asked Ebony recently what year she was born, and I was like, I have teammates born in 2000s. Okay, great. But it's still nice to obviously still get along with everyone and still joke around, just as much as I would with any team at any age, really. So it's really been a joy to see, this generation of players in comparison to mine, of course, but it's been awesome.